Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News.
Well, greetings, Boise State fans, and welcome courtside here at the State Farm Fieldhouse. Hope you can hear me okay. My name is BJ Rains. This is the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show after Boise State wins this one. Final score 65-61, a big win for Boise State. We got a lot going on here. I'm trying to get some interviews set up for post-game here. We're trying to get post-game stats, so I apologize that I'm a little disjointed at the moment, but I really wanted to get on the air as soon as possible here, and super excited that we'll have Coach Rice joining us live here in a few minutes. We will have some players as well, but a really, really nice win for Boise State, 65-61, the final again. We're here on the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. The Cutwater Spirits at Mobile Studios here in Orlando, Florida. Big day for Boise State. The football team wins, and then you have the basketball team coming back to win a big game. They were down 14-4 in the early going and bounced back with a nice win over a top 100 KenPom team in VCU. So Coach Rice is doing his radio interview. He'll come sit down with us in a little bit. But again, Boise State trailed 14-4 in this game. I think they had one field goal in their first 13 possessions. They had some turnovers. It just was not going well. And Boise State was able to right the ship, get it going again. A couple unsung heroes tonight. First, give it up for Andrew Meadow. Andrew Meadow comes off the bench tonight with Max Rice in foul trouble. 12 points for Andrew Meadow. Hit two big three-pointers. He played 24 minutes tonight, was a plus 12, 12 huge points off the bench for Andrew Meadow. Just played with so much confidence. I thought that he really did some things offensively, and once he got rolling a little bit, he wasn't afraid to let it fly, and so huge performance from Andrew Meadow. And then you got to give Rody Anderson some love. I thought Rody Anderson lost his starting spot, really hadn't been doing much for Boise State for a good chunk of the season. You know, had been a little bit of a disappointment. I think even he would admit that. But I thought Rody Anderson was huge. He hit two three-pointers. One was a really long one here, and then had another big bucket inside. So I thought Rody Anderson, he finished with 8 points. I thought he was big. And I think Max Rice deserves a little credit as well. He had been fans getting on him a little bit. Hadn't been doing a whole lot. Had the 6 turnovers last night, but no turnovers tonight. Dealt with some foul trouble, 3 fouls in the first half. He only ended up playing 22 minutes, but he comes back in the second half. All 7 of his points in the second half. And Boise State needed all of them in this game. So we'll get to your comments here in a little bit. We'll get to your questions as well. We need your Bousher Real Estate player of the game. But again, Leon Rice going to join us here shortly, some players as well. So we'll get to the comments and some of that after the game. But overall, 10 points from Tyson Degenhart. You got Abbo with 8, Max Rice with 7, Jace Whiting. Give Jace Whiting some credit too. Earned the start, had a couple big buckets, 7 points for Jace Whiting. Also had 2 steals and 3 rebounds. So Boise State lost the rebounding battle tonight 39-28. So you lose the rebounding battle by 11. It doesn't necessarily mean good things for Boise State, but they played great defense. They held VCU to 39.6% from the floor, and they were only 6 of 22. Old friend Max Scholga from VCU, from Utah State, now is at VCU, had 24 points tonight. Was pretty much their entire offense. 24 for Max Scholga, but huge performance in the second half for Boise State. I mean, I thought the goaltend call was a big call where they reversed that. That put Boise State, at one point, had a 1-point lead. That made it a 3-point lead. That was a big spot in the game, I thought, when they made that decision to overturn that call. There was a couple of reviews late in the game that I thought obviously, certainly were factors in the game tonight as well. So, again, I apologize. I'm doing this on the fly, and I'm waiting for folks to come over and sit down, and we're doing the best we can. So, football team with a big win as well. We'll certainly talk about that tonight. We're going to try to hear from Spencer Danielson. Got a lot going on, and actually the Idaho Press has taken my story tonight, so I've got to get them a story by 11:30 Eastern time here. So there's a lot going on tonight, but we're here and excited to talk about this win. I mean, it was a huge win. Boise, the fans, some of you guys yesterday were really talking about this trip and where this team's at 2-2. And again, was yesterday's game winnable? Sure. But to bounce back and win this game, huge win. And again, they were trailing, they're down early, horrible start. You're down 10, and then you come back and get the win. I thought that it was just a big bounce back performance. Boise State certainly needed it. And now you're playing a Butler team that I was sitting next to their coaching staff. They were saying Boise State's going to pose some problems for them. They were preferring to play VCU, I think, based on some of the things that they were saying. So that was a big game for Boise State, and now you have a chance, if you can win on Sunday, to go 2-2 on this trip. And I said before the trip started, if you were Leon Rice, you would probably take 2-2, and he might not have admitted that. Maybe we'll wait till Sunday to ask him. But if you can go 2-2 on this trip, you're feeling a whole lot better heading back for a long travel day on Monday ahead of that St. Mary's game. So Boise State, again, what a difference 24 hours makes. The feeling on this show, last night after the loss to the feeling when they win this game, tonight, just a huge difference. And again, huge momentum for Boise State going into the off day tomorrow. I think the team's actually going to go to Disney World tomorrow. So it obviously is exciting times for Boise State, and certainly, there's a lot of season left, a lot of big games, but to get this first one under their belt on this trip, be able to relax a little bit, I thought was a very big deal for this team. And now, again, you have a chance on Sunday, as I said, to get to 2-2 on the road trip, which I think, again, going into this trip, knowing what it was, I think a lot of people would have taken 2-2, and now after you're 0-2, you definitely would take 2-2. So big opportunity on Sunday. We'll talk about that later. But again, I thought Rody Anderson was huge. I thought Andrew Meadow was huge. I thought Boise State just got some big buckets down the stretch. Omar Stanley had a big and one with about 5 minutes to go. That put Boise State up by 7. And then, Cam Martin did it at the free throw line. Boise State didn't have a field goal in the last 5:21, but played some solid defense. And then Martin hit some free throws. Tyson Degenhart, 2 huge free throws with 1:01 to go, and that obviously gave Boise State the 5-point cushion there. How nervous were you at the end there? I mean, Boise State, Max Rice has a floater, it doesn't fall. All of a sudden, Utah State has a chance at the final shot, and they were not able to get the 3 to fall. And then Boise State grabs the rebound and finished it off. But certainly a little scary there at the end. But again, it's a win. It's a nice win for Boise State. That's a top 100 KenPom team. That's going to be a nice computer win for you. And again, we talked about the schedule yesterday. A lot of fans didn't want to hear it, but Boise State, the only team in the Mountain West to play at least 4 top 100 teams in a row in the non-conference, and they're playing 7 in a row. And you're not going to find any team in America. If you do, it's very few. Maybe a Grambling State or something that's just playing all bye games. But I went to the top, 15 teams at KenPom, and they're playing 4, maybe 3, games in a row against top 100 teams, and they're mixing in some nobodies. Boise State has literally had one of the toughest schedules in America to this point. At KenPom, I think it was 22, and that was before the game tonight, and it's going to get even tougher here moving forward. So I thought, Boise State did some things, and I thought it was obviously a nice win that's going to help them, down the course of the season. They just needed that one win to kind of help them relax a little bit, and then obviously I think that helped get some things get some things with the confidence and just get in a groove. And again, they used the bench tonight. You had Andrew Meadow. You had a lot of big things for Boise State tonight. Again, I thought Rody Anderson coming off the bench did a lot of good things for Boise State. So it looks like Coach Leon Rice is going to join us here in just a second. Again, we're broadcasting from the Cutwater Spirits Mobile Studios. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. And again, 65-61. Boise State gets the win. And nice enough to join us for a couple of minutes here on the postgame show is Coach. A little happier talk than 24 hours ago.
Oh man, these tournaments are something else, and I think what a great effort by our guys, because we came out, that Virginia Tech team had a lot of Virginia Tech. I don't even know. VCU had a lot of energy, and they were, they guard you and they rebound, and you can't play them with just skill. You got to match some energy, and you got to handle the ball. And I thought our point guards grew up right in front of your eyes tonight.
Yeah.
And the you and I have talked about a little bit. The value of these tournaments is they make you get better, and they can be tough. Like your guy Bill Self said it. Like, there's a lot of good teams that are going to go home 1-2. There's some good teams that go home 0-3. Tomorrow, VCU is playing Penn State, a Big Ten team.
Yeah.
And one of them goes home 0-3. These are good basketball teams, and so you got to have some toughness to be able to withstand that, because you can't sit around and worry about the day before. The day before took some stuff out of us. I think that was a big part of. We played our hearts out the day before against a really good Virginia Tech team. They beat Iowa State today, and so we claim to have an unbreakable culture where you can't just break with a road loss at Clemson and a loss against a good Virginia Tech team. You got to make it make you better. And when you have these high character guys that are together that want to win, it's easier said than done, but you don't come apart. You find ways to get better. And it did what you needed it to do tonight by winning a game with it. But and you're just really proud of our guys, because like I said, you saw some point guards grow up tonight. You saw some guys that didn't play a good first half come out and reset themselves. Yeah. And we had that talk, let's do it for each other at halftime. Let's, not worry about whether you were in foul trouble, not worry about if you miss shots or lay-ins or free throws. Let's just go out and find a way. And that's what we did. And really proud of our guys.
It couldn't, after the game, the way the game went last night, it couldn't have started out much worse tonight either. You had one basket in your first 13 possessions. You had 5 turnovers. You're 1 for 8 from the field. You're down 14-4, and guys are getting a little tight, a little nervous, and then you battle back. And Andrew Meadow was a big part of that coming back. He gets his chance with Max on the bench in foul trouble, and we saw right after he made that first shot, he was aggressive, and it looked like the Andrew Meadow from Canada with some of the threes and things. And he's a guy that I know hasn't gotten the minutes maybe yet that he's wanted, or that it just hasn't fit, but tonight you rode him and he came through.
And that's the formula and the experiment that November is, because you're baking a cake. And Andrew's primary position is kind of same as Tyson's, which you have to take Tyson out sometimes. So I just found a way to move the pieces around and the matchups around enough that I moved Tyson to the perimeter. So Andrew, because it's tough for a freshman to learn a bunch of different positions, but Tyson does. Yeah. And so we moved Andrew to the perimeter a little bit, or Tyson to the perimeter, and played Andrew at the 4, which kind of caused a little bit of a uncertainty in the press, because he didn't, wasn't real comfortable there, because we usually have Tyson back there. So, you're moving the chess pieces around, you're trying to bake the cake, but figure out what ingredients are going to work for you.
And I thought Rody Anderson, you mentioned the point guards.
Huge.
Jace played well too, but Rody loses his starting spot and comes in. And the second one, maybe it was one of those no great shot when it went in. He was like 5 feet behind the line, but he started playing with some confidence, and he had a couple of huge shots for you tonight.
Huge. And, I told him before the game, you get so excited about these guys, and we know he's going to, but it's a lot. He's both of these point guards are young, and they went up against veteran guards at Clemson and at Virginia Tech. High level veteran guards, but it made them better players already. And, we want them to be at senior level right away. But I just told Ryan, I was like, hey, you're going to be a great player here. Just relax and just start to ball, because there's a lot going on in his head. And he's trying to be perfect, and you can't play that way. And he looked a little more relaxed in the second half and just attacked.
Yeah, you didn't win the rebounding battle tonight, but you found some other ways to kind of make those big plays. I thought the review of the goaltend changing that call was obviously big. You go from up 1 to up 3 with 3. You gained 2 points in the last media timeout.
Yeah, I don't, in my however long it's been coaching career, I've never, like, that is a gift. That stuff never happens where
it was your best timeout ever.
Best timeout. Okay, come back. We decided they get less points. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
You're pulling my leg. So
yeah,
those things never seem to go in your favor that way. But, those are really hard calls nowadays with how athletic guys are and how they get to those balls, and they're just bang, bang plays. And so it's good that they can review them, but it's just such a weird thing. They go into a timeout and come out, and I'll take it though. That's that's great. So, but really, really proud of our guys, and we need a day off. We've been out on the road a long time. There's been a grind, and
going to Disney World, right?
No, we're not. No, sorry.
You got to do something fun.
I'm not a Grinch, but these guys we need to have recovery time. We need off our feet. I mean, they have played hard.
Yeah.
And we practiced hard for 2 days too, because like I said, we have to get better. We can't just, okay, we're peaking now. No, I mean, and that takes some mental energy and physical energy. And I think we got a pretty gassed team right now. And the key, the good thing about this, we're not playing 10:30 a.m. on Sunday.
Yes.
We're playing at 4, which is more reasonable.
Yep.
Gives you more recovery time. But the team that plays the hardest usually wins on that Sunday game, and that's a hard thing to do. Like I said, we've been out on, it's going to be 11 days. We've been, in hotels. We've been working hard. We've been watching a lot of film, doing a lot of mental, so it's pretty stressful, and we need to get ourselves fresh and recovered. So, you get a Big East game on a neutral court, and a Big East game, their number is going to be really good at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because of the numbers of all the Big East teams. So this is a valuable game. A great, they got a great legendary coach.
I sat next to their staff coach. I may have to let you know off air some of the things I heard about the scouting report.
Oh, I'd love to hear.
Yes. Greg, I had a nice chat with Greg Oden pretty much the entire game.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's
Thad Mata, their whole staff was right here the whole
great.
game.
They got a ton of respect for them, and it's really cool that Coach Mata gets to bring back his old player, and got his coaching career going. And he was an amazing player, and first pick in the draft, and got injured. And it's a tough story, and but I've read the whole story. It's really neat that his old coach has brought him back.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, but they're a good basketball team, and I mean, they played great today against Penn State, and it's gonna be a battle.
Well, I'm getting the hook from Nate, but we're gonna talk to Andrew. But big day with the football team winning as well. Nice day for Bronco Nation.
Great
today,
day. How'd the women do?
I haven't seen that, to be honest with you.
Come on, you're always.
I know. I was a little busy. I was a little busy tonight.
Yeah. Shout out to the football team. I'm really proud. They went through a lot, and it's always about the players and about the kids and about Bronco Nation, and for them to do what they've done and to go out and win the games that they did with all the adversity. That's what we talk about, our unbreakable culture. That's what's on the blue. No matter all the adversity that comes at you, you got to be able to withstand that, and they've withstood it with flying colors, and really proud of those kids.
Well, appreciate it, Coach. We'll see you on Sunday. Thanks a lot, Coach. There he is, Leon Rice, after a win for Boise State, 65-61. Really impressive bounce back for Boise State. And speaking of impressive, we're going to bring in Andrew Meadow. I may have to angle the camera up a little higher. We can make it work here. Andrew, congratulations, man. How you doing? Appreciate you for jumping on. You hadn't got a ton of playing time this year, but you get your chance to jump in there and took advantage of it, man. Tell us about your game tonight.
Yeah, I just trusted in my hard work. I knew my opportunity was going to come at some point. And I tried to just not get discouraged on myself and keep working hard every single day, try to learn from watching the game from the sideline. And I knew once I did get my opportunity that I was going to show out just show everyone who I am.
What was it about you? You had the confidence tonight, man. For a freshman in a big game like this, it just seemed like you were not afraid to be aggressive. And once that first one went in, you were just ultra aggressive. It looked like the Andrew Meadow we saw in that Canadian trip.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I just trust in my hard work. I still get shots up every day after practice, and I don't see a shot that I haven't practiced, so I'm not going to take one that I haven't practiced. So I just trust myself.
And to get a win like this, you guys badly needed it. I mean, how's it feel to contribute like this in a big game that you needed to win?
It feels amazing. This has been my dream to play on the highest level stage of basketball. So I'm just excited to keep getting better. And these last couple of games have been amazing experiences for me.
How do you feel about the team? I know you fans, you guys are a little frustrated with the last couple of games. You had an opportunity last night, kind of let it slip away, but to bounce back tonight, to be 3-2 now and have a big one on Sunday. I mean, how are you feeling about just the direction of the team here?
I feel great. Those 2 games that we dropped, there's a lot that we could learn from them. And I think we have learned a lot already. And this is just the beginning of our team, and we're going to keep getting better each and every day.
Well, appreciate you for the time, man.
Thank
I know
you
you guys got to get to the bus. We're going to bring Rody in, but great win, man. Congratulations, and we'll see you Sunday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There he is. We appreciate Andrew Meadow for jumping on. We're going to get Rody Anderson to jump on here as well. Again, the final score was 65. Leon Rice took my stat sheet. 65-61. And we bring in Rody Anderson. Rody, thanks for the time, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Congratulations, man. Some huge shots today. I mean, I know this wasn't the start to the season that maybe you had been looking for, just adjust into this team, this level, but to come off the bench tonight and hit some of those huge threes, man, how'd it feel?
And it felt good. Like, coming off this first couple games, like, just wasn't playing like myself, but just getting the groove of things, finding my rhythm, getting confident, and it showed tonight.
What was that like mentally when you found out you were going to be coming off the bench yesterday?
It was no different mentally, just hyping my teammates up, getting them ready, talking to Jace. He did a great job today, stepping in, but it was good.
What has it been like trying to adjust to this team? And I know you want to come in and impress right away as one of the newcomers, and like you said, it has been a little bit of a slow start for you. How have you been kind of dealing with that?
Yeah, it's been a slow start, but just coming in, I did try to do too much, but just slow down, remember what Gail Lewis did. So, just settle down and do what's right for my team.
Are you a guy, too, that kind of once you get one to fall, the confidence kind of goes? Because that second one there, man, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of a no. Oh, great shot. I mean, you were pretty deep on that one, but it felt like you were just feeling it at that point.
Man, yeah, 3-point shot has been like my biggest struggle throughout my high school, college career, but just stayed in the lab and just worked on it. So I'm confident in my shot, and I'm ready to knock him down whenever.
What does that say, too? I mean, it looked like tonight you were a little more aggressive, and once you hit that first one, I mean, then you had the layup after that as well. I mean, it just seems like once you got into that rhythm, like I said, you just want to keep going and keep taking advantage of your opportunities out there.
Oh, for sure. Just slowing down, not doing too much, just playing at the right pace, right tempo, and just making the right plays, just being a good point guard.
How much more? We saw it with Chibuzo Abo last year. I mean, he fouled out in his first game in like 6 minutes, didn't score. It took him a while to kind of get going, and then he took off. I mean, how much more of Rody Anderson is there that we haven't seen yet? And I guess how eager are you to start to get to that level?
This has been nothing. Those first 4 games was not how I play at all ever again. But I knew it was going to be a slow start. I knew it was going to be difficult coming to the Mountain West and playing better teams. I knew it was going to be a hard transition, but I'm going to make it work.
How do you feel about the team, man? A couple of tough losses on the road here, but the last couple of nights, but to bounce back tonight and get this win, I mean, just you guys were down 14-4 tonight. You battle back. What can you say about the resolve you guys showed to, get that big win tonight?
This team is filled with a bunch of fighters. Like, we ready to go to war against anybody. Doesn't matter who's on that court. We're ready. It doesn't. We just ready to do the rebounding, all the dirty work. But it was a good win.
You look at a guy like Andrew Meadow, freshman coming in. We saw what he did in Canada. I mean, he came off the bench and hit some huge shots tonight.
Meadow can shoot the ball. He can score. We all know that. We just need to get him confident in himself and just know that we trust him, and we do.
Everybody's loving the hair, man. We went from Andrew Meadow to yourself, man. We got two of the better.
Too long hair, boy.
Final thing, man, just you get the day off tomorrow, and then you got another big one to kind of finish this trip on Sunday. I mean, how big would it to go 2-2 on this trip and get the win? You guys have a tough Butler team on Sunday, and you'll worry about them tomorrow. But just how do you feel here? All of a sudden, now a chance to kind of finish this trip feeling pretty good.
We can finish this trip off 2-1. Get a win against an A10 team, and then a Big East team. That'd be great. Good on our resume. So we're just we're worried about Butler. We'll watch film on them tomorrow, but it'll be good.
Well, hey, man, appreciate you doing this. I know you got big things ahead for you. I know maybe it hasn't been the start you'd wanted, but you made up for it in a big way with some of those shots tonight, man. So keep it rolling. We look forward to following you this season and talking to you again soon, man.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes,
There he
sir.
is, Rody Anderson. Big win for Boise State tonight. Rody Anderson was a big part of that. Hit a couple of those big threes. That second one, as I said, was from way downtown and helped give Boise State a couple of huge buckets, and Boise State is able to get the win. Again, the final score 65-61. We got to thank a couple of our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. Go grab another Cutwater. Go place a order on DoorDash with Taco Bell. And we got tons to get to. Your comments, your thoughts, all this after a big day for Boise State athletics. We'll do it in 90 seconds here on Bronco Nation News. All Bronco Nation News broadcasts come from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of premix premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Our title sponsor is rowpaint.com. For all your commercial, industrial, residential painting needs, check out rowpaint.com. Don't forget about their concrete coatings. Transform that ugly concrete slab on your back patio in your garage in just one day. Contact rowpaint.com for a free estimate today. The official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our title sponsor at Bronco Nation News is rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union's been helping members achieve financial success for more than 80 years. There's an ICCU branch on almost every corner, but the closest is in your pocket with free eBranch mobile and online banking. See why more than 500,000 members love ICCU and join 1 in 4 Idahoans by making the switch today at ICCU.com. Since 1984, Ridley's Family Markets has prided itself on being a hometown food and drug store that employed value members of the local community. Ridley's Family Markets has 13 locations in the state of Idaho and many more in the surrounding states. Download the new Ridley's app to your smartphone, get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line, and find a location near you at shopridleys.com. Former Bronco Matt Bauscher is once again the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. No home is too big or too small for Matt and his team. Let them fulfill all your real estate needs at BauscherRealEstate.com. Long day, but a good day for the Boise State athletics programs. Men's basketball team getting a big win tonight here, 65-61. You had the football team obviously getting a big win as well over Air Force today, and all eyes will turn to that UNLV game tomorrow afternoon to see if Boise State can clinch a spot in the Mountain West Championship game. Let's take a look at some of the stats here. Boise State, that's the wrong game. I forgot to update it there, so give me a minute for that. But Boise State, again, the final score was 65-61. Boise State didn't really have a field goal, I think, in the last 5 minutes or so, but they were able to play good defense, make some free throws, and do enough down the stretch to win the game. I'm uploading the new stats into the system right now. Sorry about that, folks. There are your stats from today's game. 65-61, the final. Again, you see the rebounding margin, 39-28. VCU actually had the edge on the boards, but Boise State was able to overcome that. The second chance points were 14-4 in favor of VCU, so they got some offensive boards, got some buckets, but they were able to, Boise State was able to withstand that tonight. But again, Andrew Meadow, 12 points. Jace Whiting, 7 points. Rody Anderson, 8 points. I mean, that's 15 points from Whiting and Anderson at the point guard spot. I thought that was huge tonight. And then, Cam Martin, a little quiet, 8 points. Omar Stanley, had a couple big buckets. So you're looking at 13 points, 7 rebounds again from your 2 big guys. So, I mean, quietly, just a lot of guys stepped up and played well tonight. I thought Max Rice, again, he's been getting a lot of criticism at times, but he had 7 points all in the second half. I thought Max Rice played really well tonight, hit a couple huge shots, and I thought that the foul trouble, opened things up for Meadow, and I thought he really played well again for Boise State tonight. Just super impressive with the freshman Andrew Meadow. I was on the Canadian trip, and what I saw from him on that trip really showed again tonight with his just his confidence. Once he gets going, he lets it fly. But Boise State shoots 38% from three-point range, 6 of 16, 81% from the line. Only 8 turnovers for Boise State. That was a huge key. They had 16 turnovers in the game last week, but only 8 turnovers for Boise State. And again, they took advantage of that tonight and held onto the ball and played really well tonight. So I think that's a huge bounce back win for Boise State. They really needed it, obviously, and they were able to pull it out and to get the win. So we'll take a look at some of your comments here. Let's see. Peter saw something. I'm not sure what he saw. Let's see. Johnny says, hold the opponent under 40% from the field, under 30% from three. Well done defensively. Let's see. Peter said every Boise State that they've played, Clemson, Virginia Tech, VCU, they've called Tyson Degenhardt a senior so far by the announcers. He says, glad I wasn't the only person to notice that. Thought I was going crazy. Let's see. At the dinner table with the in-laws, 8:46, late dinner there, Derek. Can't hear what's actually being said, but I'm so happy for this team. There's a nice loyal listener who's posting the chat, even though he's not able to watch the game. But let's see. Praying. Let's see what else we got here. Great day to be a Bronco. Rody and Meadow should be on the court a lot this season. It was one game. Again, you don't want to overreact negatively to one game and also positively to one game too much, But I thought that certainly that Rody stepped up big tonight. And if you're going to get that kind of production off the bench from Andrew Meadow, you're going to win a lot of games this season for Boise State. So we do have the interview with Spencer Danielson up on the YouTube channel. The players are up there as well. Jaden Finch did an outstanding job. We really appreciate Jaden for his hard work tonight. So Jaden Finch, thank you. And if you want to go hear from Spencer Danielson, that is up on the YouTube channel. I am also moonlighting as an Idaho Press writer tonight. They're going to use my game story, and I've got to get that to them in the next 45 minutes. So we'll go a few more minutes here. We can go another 13 minutes or so, but then I'll have to leave myself a little time to write the story for the paper tonight. And you can read my work at BroncoNationNews.com if you're a subscriber, or you can go purchase the Idaho Press. We have a content sharing agreement with them for some of the road basketball games this year, and they'll be running my story from the basketball game tonight in the paper tomorrow. Coach did take my stat sheet, so I was I had to go find him online, but Coach walked away with my stats. Let's see here. I can't read this comment out loud because he's standing pretty close to me, I think. But let's see what else we have here. What's up, Meadow? Nice job. Bad man. You guys are talking about Meadow. Unfortunately, the women did lose, I guess. Sorry to hear that. Hoping Max would go stand in the middle of a VCU huddle. Do you guys remember that? There was a game against Utah State that ticked off Odom, the coach, when Max was on the court and kind of listening into their huddle. I do remember that. Such a likable guy, Leon Rice. Butler could be a good win. The Big East is always tough. That Meadow kid is the real deal. So, Boise State. Again, I don't know if the KenPom numbers have been updated yet. We can check that here shortly, but Boise State, to this point, had already played one of the hardest schedules and they've got, it looks like they have them at 2-2, so I don't think they have, oh, come on. I do not think that they've updated this. Oh, I guess they have, because they don't count the, no, it hasn't. I don't think it's updated yet, and I can't get it to upload. So, again, 65-61. The football team wins 27-19 over Air Force. Just a great day if you're a fan of Boise State sports to get the football win. And it's hard to underestimate how big of a win this is for the basketball team. I mean, it's VCU by itself, it's a quality game, but just in general, Boise State needed a win on this road trip, and they were in such a tough spot, 0-2 to start off this road trip, losing at Clemson in a winnable game, losing to Virginia Tech last night, and to bounce back and get a win, and now have a chance against a quality Butler team. I mean, these aren't Joe Schmoes. I mean, Boise State's playing Clemson, Virginia Tech, VCU, Butler, St. Mary's. I mean, these are quality programs. And this is just a ridiculous stretch for Boise State. Again, 7 straight top 100 KenPom teams on the schedule. I can't find another team in America the research I've done that's done that. So Boise State is literally playing one of the hardest schedules in America. The record may not be perfect like some Nevada or some of these other teams, but when you start putting it together once you get to conference play, this team is going to be battle tested, and you're going to have experience for guys like Andrew Meadow playing in big time games like this, where he's going to have a chance to really show out when they need him in conference play. So, man, I wish I had a Cutwater to celebrate with you guys. I'm going to have to head back to the Airbnb and have a beverage or two myself this evening, because just what a couple of days. And for the football team, you guys saw Spencer Danielson in the locker room, the players lifting Spencer Danielson on his shoulders and on their shoulders, and he's kind of crowd surfing in the locker room. I know that I've made it known, and some of you guys are not on board with it, but it sure looks like that team is wants Spencer Danielson to be named the coach, and we'll see what happens with that. But I think at this point, the players have made their decision that who they want. I mean, they're the way that they love that guy and are lifting him up on their shoulders, and You saw that in this game. Just imagine the scene if Boise State goes down to Vegas and wins a conference championship. And so we said it earlier on the day, but man, they're going to have a tough time. I know there's still more interviews to come. I know that Jeremiah Dickey is doing his due diligence and all this, but they win a conference championship. It is going to be super hard for him to tell the fan base and that team that he's hiring somebody else if they win a championship next week. So he may have no choice. And I think it'd be a great choice. I think Spencer Danielson would be an outstanding head coach. I said that the day the day that Indy Avalos got let go and they put Spencer Danielson in that role, I said right away that I thought he would make a great head coach. And he's, 2 games in, 2 really nice wins, and we'll see what happens in the championship game. But I think that I do think that there's a chance Spencer Danielson gets it, and I think it would be a great choice, but we'll have to let that play out. The one thing I think is not going to happen is I do not think there is any way, as I said on the pregame show, there's no way if you're Jeremiah Dickey that you can announce another head coach this week. I know some fans thought, they'll finish up the interviews this week and they'll announce a new coach on Monday. There is no way you can announce a new coach before the championship game if it is not Spencer Danielson. That would just crush the locker room. If it's after the season or before the bowl game, that's one thing. If they win the Mountain West and they say, but I don't think you can come in here and name whoever it's going to be. I just don't think on Monday Jeremiah Dickey can have a press conference, announce somebody else as the head coach, and then say, but go win a championship with your interim guy. I don't think that would work very well. So I think that unless it's Spencer and they've made that decision, which they probably haven't, but if they have, maybe you make Spencer the interim, pull the interim tag on Monday and let them celebrate and play for him for a championship. But if it's somebody else, I don't think you can name it this week. I think you need to wait till after the championship game and then make that announcement like on Sunday or Monday the following week. So let's see. Boise State basketball, so lucky to be in. No coincidence. The hype's off the charts for hoops. 3 years being. I did get kind of lucky with the last 2 years making the tournament once we started BNN, and it has worked out pretty well, but it's thanks to the well over 120 people watching it right now. We appreciate you guys for your support, for supporting the sponsors and making this show possible. Let's see here. What's on the agenda for tomorrow? May take the kids to SeaWorld. Tomorrow. My family's down here and been a long couple of days and a day off tomorrow with no games. So probably need to watch that UNLV game and write something on that. But I may try to take the kids to SeaWorld. They had a great time in San Diego going there. We got some tickets, so we may do that again. So let's see. After the Mountain West Championship game, get it right. I agree. Seth says all-time avenue for Bronco basketball. Appreciate you, Seth. That's nice of you to say. Spencer Danielson is the right guy. Danielson should get it. It sounds like, I think a lot more people are starting to warm up to the idea of Spencer Danielson, but we will have to see here what happens moving forward. I'm jealous of all you guys having Cutwaters. Josh DeWitt is asking for the what was the issues with the audio last night, or the technical foul, because he wasn't listening. It was a fan in the front row, and I'll just out him. I believe it was Brock Rice, the son of Max Rice, or the son of Max Rice, the son of Leon Rice. Max's brother Brock was in the front row, and I think may have said something, and the ref thought that it was somebody on the bench, and that's why they got teed up. So don't know that for sure, but it was somebody in the front row, and I think it may have been Brock Rice, but let's see. Air Force so disciplined. Any other team would have had way more false starts in that environment. It was a well-played game by both teams. And again, Boise State 27-19 was the final in that one. You mentioned the penalties. Only 4 total penalties in the game. Air Force had 3 penalties. Boise State only called for 1 penalty the entire game. So Boise State played clean football again for the second straight week. And it is just crazy to be sitting here thinking about heading to Las Vegas maybe in a couple days for a conference championship game. Just incredible. 3 weeks ago, I never would have thought that was possible. And Boise State loses to Fresno, and looks like the season's spiraling out of control. And lo and behold, 3 wins later, started by the Mike Sanford flag raising for the Blue Chaos. I think Mike Sanford deserves some credit for that. Boise State's able to get it rolling and get it rolling in a big way with 3 straight wins. The Boise State haters are quiet tonight. Let's see. Went to the football game today. Energy felt different. Spencer Danielson is the man. But there are some folks that were ripping on Boise State basketball last night that are a little quiet so far. But let's see. I agree. Don't announce a head coach before the end of the season. You're correct. I like Danielson. Start with him 1-year contract, review the season after a full season. We'll see what happens there. All people not named That's funny, Hunter. Both those guys are big-time viewers and big-time supporters of BNN, but you're right. They're both definitely on the outside train, so we'll have to see moving forward. I don't know if it's going to be Harsin. Think about this though. This was seen by most as one of the worst seasons in Boise State history, and statistically, it was for a good chunk of the season here. All the records going back to '96 and trying to avoid their first losing season, and this is the latest in the season they've been 500 and all this stuff. And you think about everything that they've gone through, one of their worst seasons ever. And yet here they are going to be playing for a conference championship game. I mean, even Boise State's worst season ever is better than a lot of teams' seasons. And here we go. Boise State is just somehow, some way. And they can thank New Mexico. They can thank Hawaii and some of these teams that had pulled off some big upsets. It's just funny to sit here and think about how bad this season has been, and yet here we are talking about Boise State probably in all likelihood playing for a conference championship next weekend. It's pretty funny to think about, and Boise State could still finish with 9 wins. If Boise State wins the championship and wins the bowl game, this team could win 9 games and be conference champions. And play in 2 NFL stadiums in their last 2 games. Just incredible to think about, man. I'm just sitting here going like, how did this happen? And again, you have some teams, really blowing opportunities, and that certainly was part of it. With Fresno State losing to New Mexico, and which I'll never for the life of me know how that happened. And then Air Force, tanking down the stretch here, losing 4 games in a row to finish the regular season. Pretty incredible that we are even in this position at this point. And folks are wanting Jimbo Fisher. No chance. Whoever said Jimbo Fisher on the chat, I should ban you. No, Boise State is not hiring Jimbo Fisher. He will lead us to a national championship. D-Top, I love you, but I may have to kick you out of this thing. Let's see. Andy has had more than a few cutwaters, I bet. If anybody is deciding, by the way, to go down to the Mountain West Championship next week, please email me, and I'll try to get you a discounted rate at Circa, and we'll try to do a Friday night event at Circa for anyone that's down there. But if you are heading to the Mountain West Championship at the last minute and you want to try to get together with some other fans, we can get you some sort of promo code either at the D Las Vegas or Circa Las Vegas, and maybe we can get some sort of event together on Friday night if folks want to go. So please let me know. Send me an email, a DM, reach out to me somehow. Rains@BroncoNationNews.com is the email. But if you're going to Las Vegas for the championship game kind of on a whim next week, send me a message, and I'll try to hook you up with a decent rate at Circa Las Vegas or the D Las Vegas, and you can check out Stadium Swim and all the great stuff that they have to offer there in advance of the Mountain West tournament. So super impressive win for Boise State tonight. Awesome game here at the State Farm Field. A really cool atmosphere, by the way, and cool building. It's a really cool building. It's the perfect size for a tournament like this, and it was rocking pretty good for the games in these last couple of days. Boise State now plays at 4:00 on Sunday, so 4:00 Eastern. That's 2:00 Mountain Time on Sunday. Boise State and Butler in the consolation game, which equates to the 5th place game in the tournament. UNLV only favored by 2.5 tomorrow, Carter says. Yeah, and I still think the computer rankings are going to be good enough. If Boise State, if San Jose State were to win that game, we'll have to play, see on Sunday. We'll see if any of them update tomorrow. I don't know if they update daily or not. But I think Boise State's in a pretty good position either way. But obviously UNLV needs to just win their game, and nobody has to worry about it. Kareem is asking about the NBA bubble. Yes. This is where the NBA bubble was, and this is one of the 2 spots, and it was a pretty cool spot. And I can kind of picture that bubble and what it looked like. And then, this is a pretty cool thing, and that was part of it. And the media setup's all first class. Everything is just super nice here. So it's been an awesome couple of days, and big win for Boise State. You get to enjoy tomorrow, and then I think Sunday now becomes a massive game. 2-2 on this road trip is so much different than 1-3. You find a way to beat Butler, you go 2-1 in this tournament. This field, 6 of the 8 teams made the NCAA tournament in this field. This is one of the premier preseason tournaments in the country, and you have a chance to go 2-1 now if you're able to beat Butler on Sunday. I think it would be a huge way for Boise State to keep this thing rolling. And then you got a winnable game against St. Mary's coming up. You got a nice resume game against North Texas. They're ranked 75th, I think, at Ken Palm. You got the Washington State game still going. So just really big opportunities ahead, and it starts starts on Sunday. So as you can tell, my voice is pretty much gone. It's been a long day of talking. I think this is our fourth live show that we've done so far, or maybe the third show. I don't remember at this point. It's been a long day, but I am going to go write my story. We have a football story already done. Brandon Walton is writing some football stuff for us. So if you want to read about the football game, we'll have that up at BroncoNationNews.com shortly. We hope you will please go subscribe. $50 Black Friday special. We're hoping you jump on board. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And we're at 865 right now. So if you're able and you can afford $50, we'd love to have you. It's a full year of coverage. Mike Prater is going to have a column tomorrow for subscribers only. I'll have a story tonight that's subscriber only. We got 2 football stories coming, so 4 fresh stories in a 24-hour period here. And you got to be a subscriber of Bronco Nation News to read them. So $50 one-time fee for the full year, and it's a BNN 50 deal is the promo code. So we'd love to have you jump on board, and that also registers you for the private jet trip to go to San Diego for the final game of the basketball season. So if you want to win a private jet trip for 2, ride in style down to San Diego and be there for a sellout crowd on senior night and see maybe a conference championship on the line in San Diego, we're going to pick a lucky winner that's a yearly subscriber. So you got to be a yearly subscriber, and you can do that for $50 using the promo code BNN50deal at BroncoNationNews.com. Again, Mike Prater will have a column tomorrow. I've got a basketball story coming tonight. We got 2 football stories on there as well. So it's going to be a lot of content coming, and it's only going to be for subscribers at Bronco Nation News. This is an 11-day road trip for BNN. Very expensive trip to go to Clemson and to be here this week for this trip. So if you're able to help support us, we would love it with your $50 subscription at BroncoNationNews.com. I mentioned the football story, the football game post-game press conferences are up on YouTube. You can check those out as well. Again, and Spencer Danielson and some of the players talking with the media. And then we'll have, if you missed any of the pregame show or the postgame show here with Leon Rice and players, we'll get that back up on YouTube as well again. So appreciate you guys for checking us out. Going to jump off now and get that story done. And really appreciate all you guys for checking us out, and appreciate everybody here at the ESPN Events Invitational. Been a great couple of days so far. A big game still to come on Sunday against Butler. That'll tip off at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll be live at 1 p.m. Mountain Time with the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show as we get you set for another big day for Boise State basketball. So enjoy it tonight. Go subscribe if you can. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel. That is free and easy. There's a little red button on the YouTube page over here in the bottom right corner of the screen. So go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. We'd love to have you. And again, Andrew Meadow, huge breakout for the freshman. Rody Anderson, Jace Whiting, both really stepped up at the point guard position tonight. A lot of big buckets down the stretch, some solid defense, and it results in a 65-61 win that should be a nice quad 2 win for Boise State down the stretch later in the season here. So appreciate you guys for checking us out. Thanks to Nate Lowry at Boise State for arranging all the interviews and things. Thanks to everybody here at the tournament. Another great night in the books. Again, go subscribe. BNN 50 deals, that promo code, and we would love to have your support. I'm going to get writing my story and get editing the football stories and get those up. We still got a couple hours worth of work here to do, but check BroncoNationNews.com later tonight. We'll have tons of post-game coverage from this game, from the football game. All the interviews will be on YouTube, and tons of coverage if you're a Boise State fan that you won't find anywhere else. So BNN, the only Boise outlet that made the trip here to Orlando. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage, and we're truly appreciative of all of you and all of our sponsors for making this possible. So have a great rest of your night. We appreciate it. Go check BroncoNationNews.com later. Again, the final score tonight, 65-61. Boise State takes down VCU. They get to 3-2 on the season, and we'll be back on Sunday at 1 o'clock with the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show ahead of the game with Butler. So enjoy watching that UNLV game tomorrow. We'll see if Boise State's headed to a Mountain West championship game, which it looks like they probably are, but we'll know for sure tomorrow afternoon. So enjoy that game. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you on Sunday here from the State Farm Fieldhouse. My name is BJ Rains, and we appreciate you. We'll talk to you later. And again, that later will be Sunday at 1 o'clock. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.